And there, what you're doing is you're handing control to people in ways that are positive, because negative control is immensely destructive.
I just find by having a fresh, open mind and going in and going, actually, I don't know what this person's like, I'm going to see for myself.
Yeah.
It's hope then, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not an end into it. Hi, my name is Ruth Evans. I'm at Swansea University doing my second year social work degree. And I want to be a social worker because this enables me to empower individuals to make choices in their lives that will fulfil their lives.
Hi, I'm Reece, and today is about working together with people with boundaries taken down, so that terms like social worker, service user, carer and things like that don't exist.
Hi, I'm Rodri, social worker at Swansea, and I want to be a social worker because I want to make a change to people in need.
When you are a social worker and you're in work, think about how you would feel if you were that person under those circumstances being treated in that way. And if you wouldn't be happy with being treated like that, why would you expect somebody else to put up with being treated in the way that they are treated?
I think to be a social worker, you have got, every day is going to be different. Nothing is ever going to be the same, and you're going to be working, and it's, it is a high pressure job at times, but you are there to try and have an impact on people's lives for the better.
I came in to do my social work degree as I've worked within learning disabilities, adult services and currently mental health. And I've enjoyed working as a healthcare worker, but also working as part of a multidisciplinary team. I wanted to get more involved in a patient's care plan and their future outcomes, rather than just the back burner of you were supporting them at the moment. I wanted to see what the future holds for people.
I think to be a social worker is a lot of like working with people to help them live the best life that they could live, like what that picture is for them as an individual, and then just like being there as the professional, bringing all the tools that you've got and the people around you, the other disciplines, to help them to get there, to empower them to live their best possible life. So I think that's what being a social worker is to me.
Some people view social work as being actually a branch of the state, as enforcing the hegemony by which rules are legitimised within society. Other people think that social workers are a tool for social justice, and that they represent an embodiment of the individual rights-based approach to citizenship.
Hi, my name is Charlotte Jones, and I want to be a social worker. After many years of working on the ward, I've experienced coming into contact with social workers and always wondered, what are they doing? When I worked on the wards, I came into contact with a young boy who was 14. His father was dying, and this social worker was bringing him in on his last visit. And all I could think of was, what is this young boy going through?
Hi, I'm Zoe. I'm a second year social work student, and I decided to go into social work after seeing the positive impact social workers were making on people around me.
Hi, I'm Janai Shepherd. I'm a social work student in Swansea on year 2. I wanted to become a social worker to support people through difficult times in their life and facilitate change. I don't know any other profession where you have to have a working knowledge of human growth and development, education, the law, human behaviour, substance misuse, mental health, palliative care, physical health needs, possibly medication, and to be an IT tech with the computers, because that's where it all goes, isn't it? I don't know any other profession that does that. And I think to be able to do that takes somebody really special.
What does a social worker can do for me?
What do you want us to do for you?
That's a really good question. How do I know?
What's positive in your life now?
Many things are positive in my life, but I didn't come to a social worker for the positive things. I came to change.
What do you want to change?
Well, I don't want to change anything, but other people tell me I have to change.
I think as a social worker you can help signpost people to the right organisations which will aid them in certain crisis points at their lives, or in situations they may feel that's negative at the moment for them.
If I wanted a signpost, I'd buy a copy of Yellow Pages.
I think it can be kind of like a mirror as well, though, of if other people are seeing an issue that you are not agreeing with, like a social worker could come in and help you to see the fuller picture of what's going on in your life, and like, yeah, this isn't great really, like this would be an improvement, and just to help you have a better, like to open you up to the bigger picture then really, so you can see the impact of your actions and the consequences more clearly.
How is taking my kids into care ever going to make my life better? And how is condoning sectioning me under the Mental Health Act ever going to make my life better? If I commit a crime, I can go to court, but under the Mental Health Act, I don't have that right. I've got to go.
But that maybe being sectioned will help you in the future. Other professionals can take a look and see where they can help you.
But that was about you deciding. This was supposed to be about me.
Well, in essence, it's actually the law that's decided that. And as social workers, we have a duty to follow the laws and procedures put in place. The laws are there to protect people, and we have to follow those laws. And in turn, that will protect you as a service user.
Will it? Because, you know, I said that you were part of the hegemony. You legitimised the ruling elite. That their position of power relative to me is legitimised by you being social workers.
For example, I mean, the Mental Health Act is there to protect people that are a danger to themselves and a danger to others. So if you weren't posing a danger to yourself or a danger to others, then it wouldn't have been used. So
it's not just a
Who
social
decides
worker.
danger?
Well, that comes from the doctors and the social workers.
So we're back to the hegemony thing again, are we?
and the decision makers. Yes, social workers. What do you want from a social worker, Reese? What would you like to have in a social worker?
I think the first point with anybody working with social workers is to be accepted that you have a certain level of expertise in your own right. And that is no matter whether you are somebody who has a learning disability or somebody who has mental health problems, that's not what defines you. What defines you is your humanity. And that's one of the things that social work can do. It can be the voice for the humanity of the person inside the situation. It can also be the voice that doesn't look always permanently at the problems, but looks at the solutions. And that's what good social work really looks like. An awful lot of situations where social workers become involved are situations where somebody has lost all control, and they may have a very, very limited locus of control. So the child who, for example, is throwing bricks at the window, that might be the only thing they can control, is that everything else that in their life is completely beyond there. And what gets labelled as the challenging behaviour, and the social worker there may actually spot that what's needed here is to treat the child with a little bit of dignity and respect, or the young person or the old person with learning disabilities, dignity and respect, and that is the thing that the social worker may be able to provide, which is not in the person's lives already.
Do you feel social workers are really working with you as an individual in a person-centred way?
Sometimes.
Is social work something that's done to the individual or with the individual?
How will you empower me?
Are people treated as individuals or as a group of people?
Are you going to have enough time for me?
What are you looking at? David or a diagnosis?
I would like to think I was looking at David. We have to consider, I suppose, a diagnosis. You have to look at backgrounds, medical histories. But in essence, David would be the centre of the assessment process.
This is, like, we're going to help you in this way, we'll empower you in this, the law is there to protect you in this way. So then it's not just that short term, like, they're taking my kids away, it's, yeah, but tomorrow, this is what we can start, this is how we can work to change this decision.
Or I can use this room to sort out all the issues. And the biggest thing that young people in care report is, I don't want you to promise me anything that you can't do.
It's actually talking to the person. It's actually finding out what they want and how they want things done. And you've got a better outcome because it's their outcome, not what the service wants for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
And that's being person-centred, isn't it?
Yeah.
A person-centred approach, and that's what social work is all about, going back to basics and asking questions. Why?
Yeah.
Why is our behaviour present? And it's about looking back, and that, for me, is what social work is all about, is asking the questions and looking at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
It's good that you're willing to challenge the service. Clearly, without you being there, the practice would have continued.
Yeah.
But asking those questions of the service user, finding out what they want, and saying, well, is that really what they want? Taking that back to the service.
With creating the care plans to work with the person, and not for it to just be, oh, this is their care plan, this is how they're going to be for the rest of their life, for there to be regular updates on that.
Throw myself into something unknown. It's scary, it's a challenge, but I think I'll grow more from it and have a wider toolbox from doing something different as opposed to staying with something that I'm relatively comfortable with. You know, we're not getting to the root of the problem. We're not doing the early intervention, despite early intervention being part of what we aspire to do. We're not doing the early intervention with mental health, and I see that's probably going to be the next big growth in social services.
What have you found that's changed dramatically over the last 10 years in social work?
I think that slowly the Human Rights Act has chiselled away at a lot of practice, and that's getting slowly so that people are more inclined to look at a person in their broader social context. The ability to go back to the medical model and mount some fairly robust challenges to people as being diagnoses and people as being symptoms and people as being just a collection of things, and actually the people are underneath it all, they're human beings, and where social work has a real contribution is it has an ability to strip away the housing, strip away the education, strip away the mental health, strip away the medicine, strip away the disability, and actually to see the human being that's behind it.
And in order for people to learn how to manage risks, how to keep themselves safe, they have to be given that little bit of freedom to do that. If you're continuously safeguarding a person with every decision they make, then they're never going to learn how to make an appropriate decision.
And it's the start of our social work journey.
That was academic, see, wasn't it?
That was very clever.
Academic.
Hi, I'm Reese. I'm not a student and I don't want to be a social worker. What am I doing here?